Yeah, it is. It's 4 years of hard work, not by me, by them. I mean that's the kind of magic of Pixar. These guys give so much of themselves for so long, and they give us something that lasts a lifetime. So it really is nice to celebrate that. I mean, it's exciting, it's intimidating, a little daunting, but more than anything, it's an honor.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. I mean, actually to get here at the premiere and actually just see the way that, again, Disney, Pixar, they create this amazing experience for not just kids but adults. It's that co-viewing experience that you only hope for. So I'm here with my nieces, my nephew, my whole family, and it's just we are in it to win it, honey. I mean, when you think about reinventing IP or giving it a new life, this is what you're talking about. I mean, we all grew up loving Andy's most coveted toy, Buzz Lightyear, and now we get to know the world that Buzz came from, why that toy was invented, and that's what this premiere is all about. I mean, and it's so insightful with so many really key messages, but it's told in a really fun way. And the action, honey, you feel like you actually are in an action movie at some point. Like, they're not playing around with the special effects.
I don't know how often you get to do this, but it's rare for me, and getting to celebrate it with such creative folks that I really respect and admire is a big deal, and getting to see, that sort of inspirational sort of fandom is my juice, and so I get all lit up. And everyone here is all about the love for movies, and does that sound so nerdy? It's nerdy, but it's so true, it's so real. And getting to play in a movie like this is just, my DNA's all shifting from it, so yeah. Well, ever since Angus pitched the film, we've all been hooked into what would that film have been. And the years that it took to get there and to finally see it, it's beyond the expectations of this would have been Andy's Star Wars. This would have been that film that sort of ignited a kid's imagination. And they've taken it with a tone that feels different, but it's still fun and heavy and all of that. But yeah, it was such a joy.
It's a film, as I think most Pixar films have been, that I've fallen in love with. It's got a lot of heart. This is a new kind of film for them. This is the first time they've ever done a sci-fi action adventure that's also a origin story. Yeah, so it's very exciting.
It's a series of action, that Buzz does, throughout, his movies and so forth. That's why we call it the Go Beyond stamps, because it's showing him with different poses, moving, jumping, and so forth. The artist did a phenomenal job.
The fact that we can all be here and celebrate, especially with the world of Lightyear, with Pixar, I'm very happy that I'm here with everyone and get to celebrate and enjoy with families and friends and people who I haven't seen for quite some time. In regards to all the Pixar films, every single film has a theme to it. And in this case, it's about hope. It's about teamwork, and look, life is hard, but with a good team, anything is possible.
Here we are. We're able to be, and we're around people. This is fantastic. What a bonus! Here we are seeing Lightyear with a packed house. The first time we've seen the movie with an audience since our crew party. We couldn't be more thrilled. Although we've worked very hard to make this an exciting film, to see with an audience and to have that reaction is truly going to be a dream come true for us.
Right, it's huge, and it's going to be in IMAX, and the IMAX is just exceptional, the way the camera opens as you launch into space, and it's like, oh, I'm in space. It really gives you that feeling. It's very exciting.
Well, it's a personal story for me. I've been connected to Buzz since I started the studio in 1997, and he's a character I really gravitated towards. It's always kind of stuck in the back of my mind. And so it's amazing to get to make a big budget sci-fi action movie starring Buzz and to complete the story about everyone's favorite space ranger.
This is amazing, because, putting it all together, bits and pieces, line by line, and then you see the animation and you see the way it's all attached. And then you see this whole complete film, it's fantastic. I think that's great because we see all of these characters, we just never know where they have come from, how, and then some you'll say, boy, I wonder what his life story is. Well, we get that with Buzz, and I think that's what's going to be really exciting.
I haven't seen a totally completed movie, but I was so impressed with what I saw, and the trailer, I thought we were looking at a real space film in the beginning. It's so well done.
It's very exciting. I mean, I'm eternally grateful to Angus for having me on board and for having just such a clear vision of like what he wanted this thing to look and feel like. And then he and I, just worked together to like make it a story worth telling.
Well, it's a perfect night for it here, especially now that we've gotten out of the sun. It's great to see everybody here and all the celebrities and the filmmakers, and we're really excited to show the movie to everybody tonight. It's a great movie, and we couldn't be more proud of it.
Yeah, I think it was in '92 that we started developing the character of Buzz Lightyear, and we always had the idea that he probably sprung from some movie, and that's why they made this action figure, and now we get to see it. Now we get to see the movie that Buzz came from, so it's pretty cool. You have to see it on a big screen. It is made for the big screen. It's epic, it's big, it's action. It's great when people see any of our movies in any format, but the way to see this one is in the theater.
As always, we do a huge amount of research, and Angus MacLean and Galen Sussman went to NASA and studied this stuff to try to get all the details right, talked to the astronauts, and we're all kind of nerdy about all the space stuff, and to have an opportunity to study it and put some of it into the film has been really great.
They tried to talk us into sending them into space, but we couldn't work that out.
Yeah.
Well, it is kind of a celebration, isn't it? Especially post-COVID, everybody being able to come out without a mask on. But obviously the work that they've done, huge culmination of a huge effort. I just came back from space. I think making a movie is probably a little bit like getting ready for a space flight and executing one. About the same amount of time, 4 to 5 years or so. So this is an enormous amount of fun. We are able, when we're in space, on my previous flight, elected to talk to someone, from a prominent human being from the Earth, and I wanted to talk to one of the directors from PIXAR. It was Andrew Stanton. Lindsay Collins kind of introduced me to Angus and to Galen, and so we collaborated a little bit just for a few hours. I was talking about space flight, had a chance to bring them out to the Johnson Space Center for a tour, so I could really get a feel for what it's like to be an astronaut, train to be an astronaut, that sort of thing, and that's how it happened.
So it's crazy because I met Chris Evans tonight. Like, I've met him before, like on Zooms when we've done like a lot of our just the different press stuff and interviews. He's always so complimentary. But tonight was the first time that I met him, and animation is interesting like that. That's kind of like you usually meet each other for the first time at the premiere.
I'm gonna grant you 4 minutes to be off planet, but then you come right back to us. To infinity
and beyond.
But it wasn't just Chris freaking out about saying that iconic line.
To say it the first time, I said this to everybody. I think I ruined that tape because I said it and I started jumping up and down because I could not believe that those words were leaving my mouth in seriousness to be in a movie somewhere. I genuinely could not believe it. It stopped my heart.